You ain't never seen a man turn leg gold with his hands. You ain't never seen a man get a queen wet with a glance. Water turn wine, whole wide world mine in my mind. In and out of time, my light shine bright for the blind. Something about the way I do it. 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 Said I'm gonna be a millionaire soon, but I already knew it. I'ma die the bullets fluid. All this winning therapeutic. Something about the way I do it. Something about the way I do it. They be trying to drain my energy up with the battery is not included. Women trying to be recruited. Let them do it, then I bought it. What is cute, then she falling. Something about the way I do it. I remember playing ring around the rosy. Now I got a pocket full of OZs. Water dollars, wallet full of old cheese. Got a Glock, a cock and pop a police. Block a boom, shaka lock up. Bada shot him while he rock a rosary. Got your mama watching out the nosebleed. Sloppy toppy while I'm trying to go sleep. Something about the way I do it. I ball out like a nudist hooping. Oh, well, who's your student? Got a problem, I'm a Rubik's Cupid. I'm a superhuman, you a decorated unique fusion. Got the music booming, marijuana got me tumor losing. I'm in my room secluded.
Peace, family. Welcome to another episode, man. Underground Railroad Productions. It's Brother Rich, aka Black Magik, with
SupaNova Slom. Rah! What's up, family? Wellness salute.
Yo, man. Great to have you back, my brother.
It's always great to be back in the vortex of the Black Magik 363, Brother Rich.
Real quick, man, I want to tell the family, I got to plug this before every video because this is like one of the most important things to me right now.
I heard you have something epic going on, brother.
Yeah, this lecture, man, coming up June 3rd. Listen, I was able to get Aseer The Duke of Tears,
Woo!
Brother Panic,
Woo!
and Dr. Phil Valentine.
Oh, my gosh.
All in the building on the same day.
Brother Rich, let me tell you, if whoever's coming, because we want you to pack this house, and I know you're going to pack the house, you have to have 72 hours of mind, body, spirit preparation. Brother Rich assembled the Stargate of the three heavy hitters in the metaphysical smack. Brothers and sisters, this is going to be epic. Plug more information about it, Brother Rich. This is powerful.
Well, for more information, you could contact me at 646-472-4219. And if you want the link directly to buy tickets, it's going to be in the description bar, as well as live stream information is going to be in the description bar as well. With that being said, SupaNova, man, there's a lot of energy around right now. There's so much going on in the black community. We got this situation with Starbucks where, you know, people, we're hearing about boycotting Starbucks. Something big happened. I've never seen a CEO who said he's going to shut down all his stores.
8,000 stores around the country.
You know how much money Starbucks make in a day?
This is huge.
So, you know, but we might touch on that in another segment after this segment. But my point is there's so much going on right now, SupaNova Slom, and so many people are talking. You know, there's this term woke. They're talking conscious talk right now. Right. And it's a good thing to me.
Yeah, it's a good thing to me.
A lot of people see it as being a trend. And I don't know if that's good or bad. We're going to get into that. But I wanted you to read something you just read to me behind the camera from Lorenz Tate, because I didn't hear from that brother in a while. So we can start out and let the family know what's going on with that.
Okay, family. So this is from Brother Lawrence Tate. So many people have been asking, where have I been? I've been working hard for us black people. My brother and I have created our own production company so that I can get our stories told. My first movie is going to be about Black Wall Street. I want to tell the stories of when black people were self-sufficient because I truly believe that we can get back to our place of greatness. Lawrence Tate.
That's dope, man. That's real good, man. Because that's exactly what we're talking about. We've been talking about is changing the narrative.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Changing the perception of who we are, who we were. So that's very important. And, you know, we always talk about things when they're not good sometimes. So I want to give that brother his props and his respect. Shout out to that brother for doing what he's about to do.
There's a quote that I want to, since you're talking about greatness, you know Beyonce's trending, right?
Yes.
But not only is our sister Beyonce trending, but what I find interesting that I want to share with the Black Magik family is a quote that I put up on my Instagram, my IG. Follow me on IG, SupaNova Slom, SupaNovaSlom. And the quote is this, brother, so I want to get your feedback on this. I said, because everybody was talking about after her Coachella performance that she's greater than Michael Jackson, right? So that became the thing, you know. Well, Beyonce, that performance was so amazing, she's greater than Michael Jackson. So I had something to say about that. So this is my quote from my SupaNova Slom Instagram page. I said, Beyonce is not greater than Michael Jackson. She is the great continuum. Just like Michael Jackson was the great continuum of James Brown, and James Brown was the great continuum of Little Richard. If we keep cutting each other at the roots, our mighty tree will cease to grow. Let's all continue. So, I've noticed that us in this country, in the West, our people specifically, are the only group of people, because even in the Africans in Africa and people of color outside of America and Caucasians and other Asiatics, what I see them do is they all tap into the continuum. What that means is if they have any political leaders in fashion, entertainment, music, educators, they take pride in saying that such and such did this in the 40s, in the 30s, and they like to show the timeline of their greatness, and they're very excited about that. Even Caucasians, when it comes to music, they tend to base everybody's greatness on the Beatles or Elvis Presley, right? So they're no matter who comes out and who's smacking and selling more, who's even sold more records, they always, black artists and white artists, they always put them to their greats that they exalt. We're the only group of people, as far as entertainment, right, that when somebody new comes out, we use it as a place of crossing out somebody before. Just like in the hip hop culture now, the conversation becomes, well, just for lack of a better argument, Kanye West, 50 Cent, that's old school, and Little Yachty and the Migos is new school. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes the slave plantation mentality, the young against the old. And we see that show up in the same conversations online between the light-skinned family and the darker-skinned family. We see that show up in, again, the elders and the youth, and the mothers and the fathers. So I want to inspire people based upon the statement I read is let's begin to exalt the continuums. One group of people in the West that I salute who have done that, who teaches their contingency to do that, is brothers and sisters from the Nation of Islam. You know how they do it. They say in the beginning of all of their sermons, before they even speak, they give praise in the continuum. They'll say, this is to Farad Muhammad, you know what I'm saying? He said the honorable, you know what I'm saying, that we recognize as deity. And then from Farad Muhammad, we recognize Elijah Muhammad. And then from Elijah Muhammad, we recognize the great minister Louis Farrakhan, right? So they teach you to acknowledge the continuum, right? And what it does is for young up-and-coming ministers and people in their cipher is to respect the continuum. So basically, I'm great because I come from greatness. And I just want to, and because the internet can get everybody into cults of personality. What that means is everybody these days can be the new leader, the new guru, the new teacher, the new master teacher, right? And that can kind of cloud you because you may have 20,000 people online, but still in regular time outside of, internet interface, you're still not connecting to the humanity of things. And in the spirit of humanity, I would like to, Brother Rich, like I opened up Lawrence Tate, is inspire brothers and sisters to tap into our continuum of greatness. You may not like something an entertainer does, but the entertainer can just be a spark, like you mentioned earlier about Brother Rich, about woke is now trending. That's awesome because Deaf and Dumb and Blind was trending. Just 2 years ago, right? And Lean was trending, and now some of the young rappers now are starting to do an anti-lean. I've been seeing that, anti-lean thing. Even though some of them are still doing this, there's a few that are actually making a point on social media to say they're against lean. What I'm saying is that anything positive, we should celebrate. Now, when you see something positive in pop culture, that does not have to be the end-all be-all, Brother Rich. We can use that as a reflective inspiration to, on our everyday human level, inspire greatness in ourselves. So if you see an entertainer, adorning African garb or cultural garb, or talking about indigenous blacks here, or anything that has to do with enlightening our people that happen to be in pop culture, it's not for them to be the thought leaders of it. It's for them, if they have the resources and the position and the stage to do it, we should be inspired that that's an opportunity for us who are boots on the ground, everyday people. Like Sly Stone said, I am everyday people. To begin to reflect that back to our babies, to our kids. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one. And I just wanted to open up with that in a spirit of respect, in a spirit of greatness, of all that came before us, who we are now, and the greatness that we can all be potentially, and the ones that we will inspire to come after this moment.
So, like I said, you know, it seems as though I'm beginning to see more consciousness in pop culture. Some people may say, well, why do you guys talk about pop culture? Well, the whole world seems to be in pop culture, so that seems a way to create change. Right there is to tackle that issue and, you know, talk about it from a perspective of uplifting yourself. So with that being said, I'm you know, you just read the quote from Lorenz Tate. I'm seeing Kanye West putting up tweets now. Now he's starting to talk after a 2-year hiatus. We got the situation
about a sucking place a little bit.
Yeah, we got the situation with Beyonce. There's even a situation with Meek Mill, as far as they're saying he's becoming, you know, he's teaching the world about how corrupt the criminal justice system is. For those who was in the dark somewhere did not know. Right. Is this just a trend? Is this something that because there's people that have legitimate complaints that are not happy with any of this. They're not happy with Beyonce's performance. They're not happy the fact that there's people out there with free Meek Mill posters because they're like, what about everybody else that's in jail? You niggas ain't got posters of them. Why you got posters of Meek Mill? So do these people have a legitimate complaint by saying that this is just a trend and we shouldn't be praising Meek Mill or Beyonce or whoever it is? Do you see where these people are coming from?
Entertainers are the triggers, but the people are the bullets.
Say that again, brother.
Entertainers are the triggers because that's what we see. But the people are the bullets. The people are the action. The people make the impact. If you see Meek Mill is using the vortex, that's what trending just means a vortex. It means a pocket in the universe.
Right.
Where everybody in the human spirit is gravitating.
Yeah, their currency.
All the current is moving in that concentrated point.
Right.
Now it can be positive or negative, right? So you got negative things that are trending, you got empowering things. So if anything empowering is trending in the midst of the 85, Deaf, Dumb, and Blind, then we should be all celebrating it, right? And we should be able to see it, and now, you know, like the Nation of Gods would say, add on. You know, build, God, let's build. Add on to the build. So again, when we exalt these personalities as the end all be all, of course, you know, being there, we're going to find some type of fault. But my challenge to you all is to take what you see, and if you can do better, then let's do better. You know what I'm saying? So whatever if you instead of being mad that Meek Mill has people supporting Free Meek Mill, then and you got somebody from your block, Tyron, been, you know, falsely incarcerated by some crooked cops, and y'all ain't seen him in 10 years, rally the block. He come from, or you got, you know, Jaquan's from the projects, and, you know what I'm saying, some dirty cops planning some stuff on him, and you ain't seen him in 3 years, rally the projects. We have enough power, you know what I'm saying, and with the people have to feel inspired, energized. They don't have to wait for no celebrity, wait for no personality to tell them what to do. So I say use the triggers. Use the Meek Mills and the Beyonce conversations. Any celebrities that are tapping into awareness of certain things. You know, I would put it back on you, family. Get the fuck out the comments. Part myself, and I don't want to, you know, flag the video, but get out the comments and get active. Take, you know, the laws of manifestation on your side daily. So activate, get active. You know, if Beyonce triggers something in you, good or bad, right? If it's good, then continue goodness. If she triggers something in you to make you critical of her, then be the change you want to see. Okay? Because Beyonce is going to continue to do Beyonce. The Meek Mill folks are going to continue to say free Meek Mills. So I would say this is your opportunity to add on to the bill. Let me say, Brother Rich, if now they're talking about incarceration and how and now it's being exposed. You know, you have the DA rapping around Meek Mill saying on the opposite side, saying, hey, you know, I think he should, you know, be retried. You know, and you have the mayor and the folks that own the, you know, the sports team. All these, you know, big figures is like, yo, you know, we support his case. It's not right. This is now opening up a bigger conversation that, wow, you know, there may be we know this for a fact, but now broader mainstream may start saying, and they are starting to say, you know, this mass incarceration of black and brown people is serious, and most of them are falsely incarcerated or on some Trump charges. So this is some things we may need to start looking into these things a little more attentively. And so this is what a free Meek Mill will do, because it's a celebrity and he has that type of awareness. Now you all in your communities that have family members that you've been missing. You know what I'm saying? That you feel are being, political prisoners or being incarcerated unjustly in this country. This is a moment that you use the energy from the vortex of what is the trigger of Meek Mill, and in the gun, you're shooting out the action, the bullet, the impact is the people. You know what I'm saying, Brother Rich? So why focus on that Beyonce is turning up and doing an extraordinary performance? If you see some things that you don't like and you think that there needs to be another example for young black women, then sisters, get up out them comments and be that awesome example for black girls. You don't have to be anti-Beyonce to do that. You could just say, okay, she did that. Well, that's what she did. Instead of saying, well, she should have did this and that and that, she's never going to hear your comments. She doesn't care to hear your comments. So won't you get out here and make some noise in this life, each one teach one, and be the change you want to see? Turn up so powerful that Beyonce finds out who you are and go, wow, you become the new example that she follows. That's who we are, Brother Rich.
What did you personally think about her performance?
I thought it was extraordinary. I thought it was miraculous. I thought it was galactical, commanding, demanding, and awesome. All that melanin on that stage and syncopation and rhythm, and it was jazz, it was funk, it was blues, it was rock, it was melanated, it was charged, it was intergalactically powerful. I loved it. And what it did, it just made me get more charged up to do what I'm doing. It made me get excited about coming here and speaking to you all and encouraging you all. That's it. And she had the tall crown of Nefertiti. Okay? Nefertiti. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I was going to get into that because... Okay. I mean, people were very upset with the picture I posted as a thumbnail when she had the crown of Nefertiti. Okay. Because of the ram, the horns. And, a lot of people, for some reason, they're still, the satanic thing. They still think...
Okay, let me make it real plain. Malcolm said make it plain. The horns on the Nefertiti crown represent Aries. Okay? It represents Aries. Aries represents fire. So she was bringing the fire. Real simple. Symbology...
Can you break down this devil thing, man?
Okay, let me tell you what has happened. What has happened? Right. What has happened with as we all know, there's a demographic in the entertainment community that has before Aleister Crowley, okay, that have taken indigenous signs and symbols of primordial man, and have taken our symbols, demonized them, right? And use them as a negative charge, but been giving us their false gods, false idols, and false worship mechanisms. Meanwhile, taking the magic of our signs and symbols that have been working for us on the planet, all over the planet for time immortal, they've been taking those things and they've been putting a negative spin on it. So by the time in the age that we're waking up, all we hear, if it's not the three major religions that have been commercialized or trending in our minds, trending before we got into our bodies, right, to join, if it's anything outside of that, we tend to generalize that and associate it with some devil and demonic stuff, mainly because of those entities that have hijacked our signs and symbols, our primordial man. Okay? Now, the so-called Illuminati or the Skull and Bone Brotherhood, they've taken ancient Nile Valley Commission symbols and they've put their spin on it, but their spin is not our spin.
Just like Hitler did with the swastika.
Hitler did with swastika.
That's more ancient.
The swastika, in ancient India. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that you can find that in parts of India and in parts of Asia that has nothing to do with white supremacy. But that's a good example about how our symbols have been corrupted and hijacked. What I'm saying to you, family, is that when we start to awaken in our awakening and we connect to the original intent in the power of our signs and symbols, they start to resonate at a higher level and frequency. This is why Wakanda, the movie Black Panther, was such an impact globally, because you never saw us in the big screen in that manifestation. But you know what's so powerful about Black Panther? And why it still resonates? It's the only movie in history. First of all, it's the number 5th movie in this country of all times.
It's third.
Third. Oh, third now?
It passed Titanic.
So it's number 3, the third movie, best-selling movie of all times in America. You know one of the most powerful things about, I thought it was a beautiful movie, but you know what the most powerful thing to me, Brother Rich, in the movie? Nobody in Wakanda, okay, had anything to, when they talked about God or deity, they did not mention Jesus, Allah, or Yahweh, Jehovah, at one time. They talked and uttered ancestors, the continuum, those that came before them. They talked about Bast or Bastet, the Nile Valley attribute of the goddess, principle, okay, that dealt with sacred movement. Okay, Bastet. Now, in the legend of Ra in ancient Kemet, Bastet was originally Sekhmet, the daughter of Ra. And humanity at the time, as far as their mythos was talking about, was out of ma'at, out of balance, out of harmony, out of reciprocity, out of sacred justice and a harmony for all those in the court. So the daughter of Ra, Sekhmet, was so furious at this disharmony that she started to rage all types of chaos in the king queendom. And in order to calm her down, Tahuti, divine intelligence, the principle of a divine intelligence, okay, that is, if y'all see the judgment scene, with Ma'at attribute, that with the scales of the heart and the feather, Tahuti, the sacred scribe that's keeping the notes of the judgment scene, he had to calm her down from the chaos. And he did a sacred spell inspired by divine, by God, by deity, by Inter, to transmutate her from a vengeful mother lion into a temple cat. That's why you see all the cats associated in Kemet. Bastet. And in Black Panther, they say praise to Ba. So in most movies, they'll say praise God. So they say every time they have something to say about deity, they say praise Bas. Now, that didn't mean they worship the animal Bas. They were just in the attribute of the sacred temple cat, the one that was able to move freely throughout the corridors and the temples to gain access, knowledge, and observation. It's interesting that the Black Panther movie tapped into that. So I didn't want to be long-winded, but I thought that it was such a powerful attribute that they were using indigenous principles. And that's making such a subconscious impact. Now, of course, Brother Rich, in the age of everybody being woke, I call them the Wokians. Wokians are not just folks that are woke. Wokians are so possessed with what woke is that they are stuck in the comment sections. And you can find them in all comment sections all over the net. They never leave the comment sections. The Wokians never get out here and actually apply what they are woke to and be the change they want to see because they woke. They are woke in the comments. They're woke in the commentary. They're waiting for your next upload, the next video, the next lecturer, I'm gonna break down. Oh, they can't wait for Aseer The Duke of Tears, Brother Panic, and Baba Phil to break it down so they can disagree because their woke is superior, right? So the Wokians always got something to say. And so my challenge to the Wokians is be the change you want to see. If you found 3 to 5 things about Panther that you liked, beyond it being owned by Disney and everything, if you just found 3 to 5 things that inspired you about it, right? Take that, apply that in your offering, and do your work. That's all I'm saying. If Beyoncé inspired me, to me, she was the continuum of Sammy Davis Jr., Gregory Hines, okay, Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, as far as Sammy Davis Jr., as far as being a master performer, right? Prince, and using that creative energy to move the crowd, okay? And so the powerful thing, Brother Richard, she had that tall Nefertiti crown. There's an opening clip that's online that went viral of the sister doing the drumming, and then the camera moved, and then they went down the line of the drummers, and then you just see her turn the corner and do the Nefertiti strut. She did the beehive Nefertiti strut. Did you see that beehive Nefertiti strut? It was so regal. I've never seen a royal strut like that. to the pulsing of the melanated drums, right? Man, they had you so lifted, Brother Rich. And when she was opening the way, okay? So opening the way. Okay, that they had crucial conflicts for those that from the 90s. Hey, in the middle of the barn is what the band was playing. Come on. Hey, in the middle of the barn. She tapped into so many different elements, brother, and that I think that we should be inspired in our daily lives to reflect it how we see it in our lives. Get up out the comments, Brother Rich. You know what I'm saying? Wokians, get up. This is the woke challenge. Get up out them comments and be the change you want to see, brother and sister.
Wow, man. Well, I definitely, I feel exactly what you're talking about. As a musician, as an entrepreneur, I'm constantly looking for inspiration. That's what keeps me going. Right. So when I see something like a Beyoncé, when I hear that quote from Lorenz Tate, or Kanye just tweeted, or it could be a brother that I see that owns a store or something like that. There's this brother that I know that he sells socks on the corner, right? And when I go to the store and I see him out there grinding with his socks, it's an inspiration because I may be tired, but I see this brother, he's probably about 50 years old. Right. He's selling his socks out there. Right. And he's relentless. He was out there during the snowstorms in the winter, and he just stays in that corner. Right. He got his socks and his little incense. So I just, as an entrepreneur, I need to feed on inspiration wherever it's at. So I look for that brother for information. And because he's able to give that, I exchange currency with the brother. Right. Fiat. So that brother could use that currency because I just use a currency he gave me. Come on, wow. So with me saying that, do you think our people are so upset that they can't tap into? Because sometimes I've read comments and people say, our people aren't satisfied with anything. They want the entertainers to talk about consciousness, right. But when they do, they say they're controlled opposition, they're this, they're that, they're doing it for a trend or whatever. And some of it may be true, but are we so beat down that we can't even appreciate anything, that we can't even get inspired by anything anymore, SupaNova?
I think you and our beloved brother Blue Pill had a build yesterday, and like yourself, I was reading the comments of the Wokians, and you of course in between you had awesome diamonds of consciousness that was peeking through a lot of the ignorance, but you have almost 1,000 comments on the videos, Brother Rich, and
they went crazy.
And 90% of it was negative. And I was saying to myself, wow, those brothers and sisters in these comments, the fact that they dedicated so much commentary, right, and some of them were writing books on there, right?
One person commented about 7 times, a book each comment.
A book.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to myself, if we could really harness that energy from all of that judgment thinking and put it to daily action, a 7-day by 7-day plan from Monday to Sunday. If they can take that and live your judgment, take it away from Beyonce. You say what you say, take it from her and put it in the world. You would inspire Beyonce. Look. If you were intentful, Brother Rich, they don't even know those Wokians don't know they're so great. Comments, they're so great. They are distracted by the ego of their thought.
What that mean, brother? Hold on.
They are distracted by the ego of their thought. They're so committed to prove a point of what they don't like, instead of being deeply committed to show up great in the world as the personification of who they are and to impact in the name of Allah or their God Jesus or whatever they follow. See, this is our planet, Brother Rich. And I support brothers and sisters who you don't have to worship like me. If you are a Christian, brother, if you are a brother that's a Hebrew Israelite or sister, if you are in the Islamic faith, the 3 major religions, right? You have to understand the age we in. The age we in, y'all are a continuum of what has been known. But there's a whole sea of people waking up and doing other stuff. And there's an opportunity for our Christian brothers and sisters, our Muslim brothers and sisters and our Hebrew brothers and sisters to elevate a universal lesson to the brotherhood of humanity, the sisterhood of humanity. Meaning that you're being dogmatic in the comments and talking about who you condemning to hell and who's gonna see who's the devil and who's God and who's gonna see God. That does nothing for you. What you should be is the exemplary personification of what Allah wants, of what Yahweh wants, Christ wants, okay? In your life. That's my challenge to you. Take it out of Beyonce. You should get so, if she pisses you off, you should get so furious and pissed off that she's claiming her African royal Nile Valley Nefertiti power that you saying, wow, I'm gonna be Psalms. I'm gonna walk as Psalms every day. I'm gonna speak Christ consciousness everywhere I go through my actions. I'm gonna get out these goddamn comments and I'm gonna live a righteous Christian, Judaism, or Islamic life. Because everybody else is still gonna be wearing Nefertiti. They're still gonna be singing Wakanda forever. They're not gonna stop. So you can just keep running into the wall or running away or using all of your powerful brain cells to put books in the comments when you could just create a PDF, a free download of what you don't like about pop culture and teach people a lesson. Get up out the comments. This is our planet, brothers and sisters. And my challenge to those in the major religions who are now find themselves in the age of Aquarius, in the sea of people waking up with different thoughts and processes, we're all here together at the same time. We are the ones that made it, brothers and sisters. We're the sperm that made it to the egg. We're here. There's a lot of souls don't get an opportunity to be in this body. So what I'm in closing, Brother Rich, with this point is that everybody is a star, as Sly and Femi's song would say. I quote them a lot because they were such a great example in their music, with using their platform to encourage. So everybody's a star is basically saying that everybody has an opportunity to shine and add on to the great sea of light, of consciousness. Beyonce, she's not perfect, none of us are. But at a time in the Super Bowl, the biggest corporation spectacle in the West that the whole world witnesses, okay? In the midst of, white supremacy country. She with women, all the sisters are in black berets. She saluted Michael Jackson, the Panthers, and she saluted Malcolm X in the Super Bowl. I mean, what more can she do? You know what I'm saying? Guess what else she did? Her and her husband doing the riots in Baltimore when all those black folks got arrested doing the uprisings 2 couple years ago. Her and Jay-Z bailed out over 1,000 of our people in Baltimore with their own money. Like Blue Pill said, what do you want? What I'm saying to say is that they're playing their part in their role. You, brothers and sisters, are the bullet that moves for the impact. They're just the trigger. Don't get so caught on what Beyonce is going to do next. What are you going to do next? Oh, Jay-Z could be doing more. Well, won't you turn up and do more and inspire him to say, shit, I need to do more. You have a voice. You matter. You matter. You're more greater than just what you're even saying in the comments. This is your life. Don't waste it away. Live now. There's nobody coming to save you. You have everything you need here in your being, in your mind, in your spirit. You've been deployed on earth by the hands of the Almighty to come here and to live and to be impactful in your living. So I challenge you, brothers and sisters, if anything that happens in pop culture that you don't like, be the change that you want to see and shift the trending tide. Yeah,
that's powerful, man. And that's you know, we often talk a lot about the negativity that we hear in music, and that was the goal of me and Cambatta with that project. Shout out Cambatta.
Shout out Cambatta.
The Holy Ghost.
The Holy Ghost
was to create. You know, there's nothing more powerful in the world than music. You know, our cells are music. The way our cells move is music. Everything is music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what way to reach people better than music? So I think that's some great advice you give to the people to be the change that they want to see. One thing that benefited me a lot that I want you to expound on, that I think that people could learn from, hopefully, if they're not in their negative bag, is that, you know, you don't have to agree with everything somebody does to be inspired by them. Now, I read a lot of comments about people saying they were upset that Jay and Beyonce was campaigning for Hillary Clinton. Now, I do not support that at all. I would never go out and sing and make music and campaign with Hillary Clinton. But that doesn't mean if I see greatness or if I don't see something that I think is good that somebody's doing, that I'm not going to be inspired by it. I think oftentimes when we see somebody do something we don't like, all of a sudden we just cut them off completely, and they could do, it's like almost like we have this Jesus Christ, like they have to be almost perfect for us to be inspired by them. So can you talk about, or maybe you could give an example of somebody that inspires you that you don't like everything that they do? Because I think this is something that we need to stop doing. So could you touch on that, my brother?
When you're talking about the principle of Christ, whether you believe that the principle was manifested in a man or a legend, and I'm not here to support any dogmatism direction. I'm just saying I do support the principle of Christ consciousness. But let's just look at that. Most of these brothers and sisters of color or non-color, when they have this very judgmental, attackful thinking, this is the same continuum that around the time of Christ, no matter how much he healed and showed and proved through his miracles and his healing to the people around him, these are the same people that watched the Romans come and take him away. At that point, if they were really inspired by the miracles and the healing that he was bringing, the principle was bringing to them, then they could have created an uprising situation to stand up for the Son of God, the light of the Lord, the light of the crown of the Most High, right? These same people could have done something about it. So here we are, in this time now, we have an opportunity in the consciousness of Christ, the consciousness of healing and humanity, that we have an opportunity to observe greatness in multitudes, unlimited multitudes of spectra. And you may not agree with the root of the spectra, but the greatness is sprouted all over in such a diverse way where you could be motivated. A motor, you know, it generates so you can move. That's what a motor does. It, you know, it helps to get things to move. I would challenge you all to be inspired to move, because movement is life and stagnation is death. When there's not proper movement inside your body, that's a cause for blockage. And rest in peace, Dr. Sabi, he talks about how mucus is the cause of disease, and all mucus is blockage. And so the constant hate and blocking out and like using people in this funnel of, well, you part of that, so you exit out. You're not stopping them. You're really stopping yourself. Because Jay-Z's position, Beyonce, and all these other celebrities, they will continue to be who they are. My concern is is you. You know, is you. That's why we are here at Black Magic 363 to spark. You know, have a conversation, use pop culture themes, and to use those themes to have a deeper conversation to give you back the salute, so you can take this breakdown, this dialogue, this build, and show it up in your daily life. I remember reading one of the comments on you and Brother Blue Pill's build yesterday on the Beyonce upload, which shout out to brother Blue Pill and brother Red Pill. Blue Pill did an awesome job channeling, and it was really interesting because there was a tribe of people in the comments that just because Blue Pill was pointing out amazing aspects that inspired him about Beyonce's performance, he didn't say that he downloads her album and he bumps it in his headphones. He was just saying that he pointed out some things that moved him and motivated him as an artist, as a teacher, things that he knows he can use in his teachings. There were people in the comments, Brother Rich, that were saying, "Oh, I used to love Blue Pill, but after that Beyonce endorsement, I think I ain't gonna like him no more. Oh, I used to love subscribing to Black Magic 363, but since Brother Rich likes to upload Beyonce, I think I'm gonna unsubscribe." Is it really necessary? It's just a conversation, It's just, we're gonna have other uploads. This is not the end of the world. We're just having a build. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happens when you have become a Wokian. See, being woke is supposed to be fluid. When you're a Wokian, you're stagnant because now you're crystallized. I'm a Wokian. I'm woke. Right? But if you woke, you just you wake up. You move your body. It's like Now you're moving into your life. But a Wokian, it stops you. So even knowledge of self and awareness and wisdom, you're not allowing it to flow. You're allowing it to be crystallized in you and to become blockage and mucus. So I'm inspiring you, brothers and sisters, use these conversations on these platforms to turn up, to tune in, and then share out. Turn up, tune in, and then share out. Be the change that you want to see, brothers and sisters. I want to read this to you, brother Rich, and get your feedback. Again, family, make sure you hit me up on Instagram, IG, SupaNovaSlom, SupaNova Slom on IG. I put a quote up, and I want to get your response on it. So it says about the Beyonce. It says, Beyonce played a Malcolm X quote about black woman, had her band play Fela Kuti, and sang the Black National Anthem at Coachella. She really didn't have to do that. No matter what you think of her, you got to put some respect on her name for her unapologetic blackness of it all. What do you think about that quote, Brother Rich?
I mean, look what you just named. Look what the names you just named. I mean,
she did it all in the Nefertiti crown. I mean, what more, like Jay-Z said in the Black Album, what more can I say? What more can you say? Like Brother Blue Pill said in the bill with you.
Right.
What more do you need? And so listen, brothers and sisters, if there's anything else you need, then you be the change you want to see. But talk about it, brother. I mean, how does that quote resonate with you based upon the concept of this conversation and then the Wokians in the comments? What would you say to family based upon reading the comments and stuff like that? From Black Mac 363. What would you say?
I mean, based on reading that quote, my brother, you really gotta just reflect and think about if you're upset after you just named all of that. You have to think, why am I upset when this sister just did all of that? When another 6 years could go by when we won't see one person display all of that in a performance. Yeah. So if we know this is a once in every twice or three times every decade type of thing, what makes us so upset? I'm not saying you being upset is not valid, but we got to really question, is me being upset, is it really driven by my ego like you talked about earlier? Or is it really, or do I have a point with being upset about it? You just got to question yourself. Like, why am I upset about this person? Why am I so mad at everybody else? Because like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, man, you gotta take inspiration from everything you see. So I just advise everybody just to reflect after that quote, just to seriously reflect.
I mean, Brother Rich, before Black Panther came out, black folks were all over the internet saying enough with the slave movies. They were just like, slave this, slave that. I get it. I'm done with it, right? And then when Wakanda hit, like, it shook the world, and now you have everything to say about Wakanda. But guess what, Brother Rich? Unless you get active and get out here and manifest something, it don't matter. Because you know who's gonna really activate the Wakanda in the future is our babies. They tuned in. They don't care. See, the babies ain't in the comments. The babies ain't in the dialogue. The babies saw that movie And in the next 10 years, they're going to be the new thought leaders. They're going to be the new influencers. And they moving on that. So,
well, this is the difference, SupaNova, in the way I think, in the way a lot of people think. A lot of people would not have, if they had the power to, they would have not allowed Black Panther to come out because it was a Disney production, right? So a lot of people were upset. Disney's the one making all the money. The way I think, okay, they're going to benefit from it, but we're going to benefit even more because, like you said, our children are going to see that 10, 20 years from now, they're going to be the thought leaders, and that Wakanda energy is going to be in their spirit.
Power.
So I take that trade-off. I think long term, I think chess. So I'm like, okay, Disney, they're going to get rich. That's cool. Sometimes you got to think like that. You got to think like that. But some people ego is so big, they're like, nah, if Disney's going to get rich, I don't want it to come out. Well, and I might say, brother, there's no other way for it to come out at this point. They own all the production studios. We have no other way. And they'll say, no, I still don't want it to come out. I don't mind that Disney got rich off of Black Panther because the trade-off, we're going to win at the end anyway, bro. It's okay.
We're winning now. We're winning now. You know why, Brother Rich? We have a context for conversation. We're talking about that it's the biggest movie of all time, number 3.
Right.
The third movie of all time. Again, looking at the visual of our indigenous culture and them being at such a high frequency, that inspired a Beyonce performance. You better believe.
No, hands down that inspired. Right.
So right now we're seeing the effects.
So yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
And like you said at the beginning of the conversation, Brother Rich, all cultures established a continuum. Do you know Japan and China, how they deal with their society, their schools, their politicians, their military industrial complex? It's all fluid into each other for the sustaining of their culture, right? They plan out 100 years. Everything they do is in the lens of 100 years. This is why the West has not been able to fully penetrate that aspect of Asiatic culture. The only thing they can do is really trade and partner with them. They're so ahead in the planning, and that goes into their entertainment. That goes into how they respect their elders, the farming, how they do technology, agriculture, economics. It's all interwoven. And so we have to be able to understand that our people have been spread out across the planet. We've been also broken down, and consciousness has been broken up. And we have an opportunity now to be inspired by each other to be pulled back together. Now, when we pull our people back together, it may be a patchwork quilt of consciousness. We may not be 100% absolute this, that, and that, and it's okay. I can learn. I may not be an active practicing more, but I love my Moorish brothers and sisters. I can learn something from them and be great, add on to the great. I'm not a practicing Muslim, but I can respect my Muslim brothers and learn something from them to be great. I'm not a practicing Hebrew Israelite, but there's some powerful things and quotes and breakdown that they have in the Bible that I can learn from to be great, right? I'm a practicing Nile Valley Kemite, but there's many different brothers and sisters that practice Kemet culture in different ways, and I can learn from them too. There's family that do the Akan and Yoruba tradition in Africa. There's family that are practice, active indigenous Black people here in the West that are part of their native tradition, that do principles and rituals from the reservation and learn and things that are passed down to their tradition from powwows. I can learn from them because my family's connected to that too. What I'm saying is that wherever greatness is, Brother Rich, that's where I want to be. Wherever inspiration is, Brother Rich, that's where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Wherever there's miraculousness, I want to be. I take it from here, I take it from there, I take it from there, I take it from there. I'll add it up in a sum total and put it in me and continue to share. And I want to inspire brothers and sisters. Jump up out of them comments. Jump up out of them. Say what you say, right? And then jump out and get busy. Like you said, brother, we ain't going to stop you saying what you're saying. You're going to say it anyway, right? Just like Beyonce's going to find another spectacle to do. And I'm happy she's finding a spectacle with culture. I'm happy now that once again, they said the golden age of hip hop from like 88 to 90, self-destruction was pop culture. People forget that was pop culture. People forget that Public Enemy at the time sold 10 million records. Wasn't that not pop culture? It Takes a Nation, $1 Million was triple platinum. Fear of a Black Planet was triple platinum. By 1993, they've already sold 15 million records worldwide. Wasn't Public Enemy from 1988 to 91 not pop culture? De La Soul, A Tribe Called Quest, they were platinum acts. They were the Drakes of their day. Big Daddy Kane, platinum. Rakim, Allah, platinum. So we forget that was a time too. And they were pop culture at that time, right? Before the so-called gangster rap ever came and did their thing. So everything happens in cycles. Let's, Brother Rich, appreciate the vortex right now. We in the vortex. Let's each one teach one. Let's build on it. Like right now, you rocking, salute to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He had the crown, the kufi on with the sun, moon, and stars. So you got the headband on with the sun, moon, and stars. So you're continuing the visual of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad from when he had the kufi to now, Brother Rich, you have the headband of the sun, moon, and stars. How powerful is that? That's powerful. And you're not rocking it respectfully like him. You rocking it how the homies from the gangs rock it. You got the bandana with it. You don't have the red and blue bandana. You got the black bandana with the sun, moon, and stars, right? So the homies is Crips and Bloods. They see that. Well, what's that, homie? That's not the Paisleys, but that's the sun, moon, and stars, right? And so that subconsciously plants into the mind of the brothers and sisters. So that's a vortex. Let's begin to become activists of the vortex. That means let's wake up, let's build, let's fellowship. We don't have to always agree, right? We may debate back and forth, but let's take the fruits of what we get from each other's uploads, these builds, and let's get out here and get busy with our art, our music, our teaching, our holistic wellness way of life, of people who may not be doing that. Whoever you are, wherever you are, let's continue to be inspired by each other, Brother Rich, and create a continuum. Let's get up out this Willie Lynch trip, this Willie Lynch set trip mentality where it's light skin against dark skin. And today it becomes I'm indigenous black versus African. That's the big thing happening now in our community, right? And for the record,
or round earth versus flat earth.
Round earth versus flat earth, right? We all here, right? We all are here. Let's get busy. You know what I'm saying? Let's get busy and let's do this. Let's activate and manifest, and for the sisters, let's womb the fest in these days and times, Brother Rich.
Brother, excellent way to close it out. And on that note, and I know a brother that stopped talking to me because I said I wasn't sure about flat earth. So it's just, don't be so extreme with this information, man.
Stop talking to you because you wasn't sure of flat earth, but before y'all had that flat earth dialogue, he messed with you.
Yeah, it was cool. It was just cool. But he was going so hard with the information, he only want to deal with people who believe that the earth is flat now.
And so, again, some people respectfully want to be limited. And I'm saying this conversation, Black Magic 363, this platform, is for those that want to expand. We're building on expansion. That's what magic is. Magic, black magic is really endless possibility. Okay? It's saying that I have the ability to create into being what I want. I think it, I meditate on it, I pray on it, and then I do actionary steps to bring it from subconscious to conscious to material. That's what black magic is. So, some people may come to the black magic just for a little while, hang out a little bit, and it's too overwhelming. But respect for them visiting us. But this conversation that we're sitting in, these conversations that we continue to come to you all and share, are for those that want to expand and be inspired to continue to each one teach one family. Don't forget to have your greens daily. www.supermegafoods.com. Yes, we have upgraded because we got some powerful stuff coming down the pipeline. Again, www.supermegafoods.com. That's SUPAMGA foods.com. You can log on there if you need inspiration around how to prepare plant-based food alternatives and even exercise programs, because I'm a vegan bodybuilder. People would know how you put on sides, being a vegan. You can download my book, The Remedy, for free. All you gotta do is go to www.supermegafoods.com and you get a free download of my book, and check out the Mega Greens family. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, SupaNova Slom, SUPANOVA I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on here on YouTube. And I will be continuously coming back supporting my beloved brother Rich on this platform, and And please, family, make sure you come out to this amazing thing we got coming down the pipeline with Brother Panic, Aseer The Duke of Tears, and Baba Phil Valentine. It's going to be extraordinary and galactic. Wellness salute.
Thanks for everybody for tuning in. I want to thank everybody who shows support on Patreon as well. If you're not a member on Patreon, make sure you sign up so we could keep this media thing going. I got some important, some real good interviews coming up. I'm not going to say no names yet.
Got some surprises.
Yeah, I got some surprises coming up. So stay tuned. But the Patreon family really keeps me going because they help me out. YouTube be on their ish sometimes.
So we appreciate the family.
Yeah, so I appreciate the Patreon family. Keep me going, music and everything. I got some surprises for you guys as well. And we sign out, family. We're gonna see you next time. Peace.
Salute. Peace.
Hey. Black magic. Hey. You ain't never seen a man turn leg go with his hands. You ain't never seen a man get a queen wet with a glance. Water turn wine, whole wide world, mind in my mind. In and out of time, my light shine bright for the blind. Something about the way I do it. 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 Said I'm gonna be a millionaire soon, but I already knew it. I'm a death, the bullet's fluid. All this winning therapeutic. Something about the way I do it. Something about the way I do it. They be trying to drain my energy up, but the battery is not included. Women trying to be recruited. Let them do it, then I bought it. What is cute, then she fooled it. Something about the way I do it. I remember playing ring around the rosy. Now I got a pocket full of OZs. Water dollars, wallet full of old cheese. Got a Glock, a cock and pop a police. Block a boom, shaka like a bada shot him while he rock a rosary. Got your mama watching out the nosebleed. Sloppy toppy while I'm trying to go sleep. Something about the way I do it. I ball out like a nudist hooping. Or a Hoosier student. Got a problem, I'm a Rubik's Cuban. I'm a superhuman, you a decorated unique fusion. Got the music booming, marijuana got me tumor losing. I'm in my room secluded.